Here we go. Well, we are keeping the spirit alive on this day after Halloween. The final stop on our Haunted Philly tour is one of our favorite haunts, the Walnut Street Theatre.
You know, some people believe that actor Edwin Forrest still performs at the Walnut, even though he was a star on the stage back in the 1800s. See what happened when he connected with spiritual medium Marisa Liza Pell.
Who is Eddie?
Eddie?
Yes.
Well, it could be Edwin Forrest.
Who's that?
Edwin Forrest was probably the most famous actor in Philadelphia history. Today, folks will know his name by the Forrest Theatre, which is right down the street.
Well, would it freak you out to tell you that he's around you a lot?
Is he?
Yes.
Around me personally or around
Around
the
you
theater?
personally. Now, he wants you to cut your hair a little shorter.
A little shorter?
Yeah. The top. He's very particular.
Well, my wife likes the curls.
Look at the resemblance of your hair and his hair.
Maybe not.
That's why he's talking about it.
That's it.
You have the curly hair, and he does too. Well, he's telling me there's some seats that are broken that need to be changed out. Do you know about that?
So there might be a couple seats that need fixing right now.
He's telling me 3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I'll let our maintenance guys know. They'll have them
check that
fixed
out.
by tonight's show.
One major wall is being either respackled or redone or repainted. We came out here and saw you fixing this wall, which is really funny because Edwin just came in and told us you were fixing the wall. When did this happen?
Just about a few minutes ago.
So you have to repaint it and respackle.
I want to respackle it, and as you can see, the holes and everything else.
You know about the seats that he's talking about too.
Yeah, there is a few seats up in the theater. Actually, our seats are doing today. I know off the top of my head that there is 2 seats that actually need to be reset and replaced.
Well, he was correcting you and telling you there's one more.
This seat here. This seat here is one to where people who sat on it actually, they break the springs in the inside and a whole seat needs to be replaced.
I was running through because he said it was in the same area. It's right here.
So actually,
Is that seat broken?
Yes, that seat does need a repair, so that's another seat, thanks to you.
So how many is that?
That's 3.
That's 3. What do you think of that, Bruce?
I think it's bizarre. This monitor shows the inside of the theater, so I was doing some work in the lobby area here, and I looked up. There was 4 people sitting in those seats.
Oh my goodness.
So I walked around the theater, went into the theater, and I looked around and there was nobody there.
It was a little surprising because you just mentioned it. We walk around the corner and Bruce is working on the wall here, and the weirdest thing is that it's right within eye shot of Edwin Forrest's statue. So he's keeping a keen eye on what we're doing, especially when it's right in front of his face right there. That's weird. That's a little weird. That's weird.
Well, what's
That's
really weird. Okay,
That's
that's
weird.
really wild with the curly hair.
I know.
And it really did. He looked exactly like him.
He did. And we didn't know that when we walked in because we went into a different room. And when I mentioned Edwin, he took me over to the statue and we didn't realize the resemblance till we look at his hair and it was the exact same haircut.
Oh my goodness.
How
So
soon after you walked in did you start feeling Eddie?
Right away.
Right away,
Right
that
away.
quickly?
Yep, and I didn't know who he was.
Yeah,
So-
I noticed that.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
So,
and then with the 3 chairs, so you said that up front, and then
Yeah.
you're looking for the other chair because it's right in that same area.
well, they kept telling me, first they said, no, there's no chairs. And then there were 2. And then I said, no, he's correct. I had to stick with it because I felt 3. And he told us it was in the same area as the other 2. So we found it right
That was
away.
my favorite part because Bruce
Yeah.
is doing the interview
Yeah.
and you're like, I found it! I found it! Over here!
Yeah,
That's
I had
great.
to make it clear.
Yes, you
Yeah.
did. Oh, that's great.
Marisa, unbelievable.
Thanks, Marisa.
Well, thank you
Thank you.
so much for taking
We'll see
us
you
on
again,
tour.
for sure.
Well, you can meet Marisa during her Fall Spirit Tour. It is November the 5th at the Betsy Ross House from 6 until 8 and November the 14th at the Belmont Mansion from 2 until 4. You can find more information on cbsphilly.com. Just click onto Talk Philly.
And if you miss any of our Haunted Philly segments, you'll find them as well at cbsphilly.com.
We'll be right back.